pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
take my breath a little bit. I was running over. James County Commissioners Court for today, March 3rd, 11 a.m. is now in session. Agenda item number 3, public testimony. Is there anybody in the public who'd like to address the court at this time?
Morning, everyone. Judge Matthew Schmidt, JP3. Morning. County Judge Commissioners, just wanted to give y'all an update on our new building. It arrived on Friday of last week. The two halves, they got it connected. So we're slowly working on the process of getting it up and running. The building is connected. Like I said, they're going to do the floors, start on the floors this afternoon and the ceilings tomorrow. And then hopefully we'll be operational by the end of the week. So everything's going as planned.
Awesome.
Thank you, sir. And thank you all again. Appreciate it.
Anybody else? Agenda item number 4, discuss, consider, and take action to approve financial assistance to the city of Alice for the cost and labor and materials for the water line extension, 2,200 feet in length, which will serve the Real Multimodal Transit Facility. Total cost is contingent on the approved water line diameter. Payment to be contingent upon written certification of the project engineer that will require work on the water line extension has been completed, inspected, and approved.
Judge, good morning, commissioners. My name is Martino. If I may have a brief presentation on the screen, but make it available on paper format for you all.
Thank you.
Make sure.
No. Do you need a copy? Thank you. For the record, my name is Martin Ornelas, and I oversee transit services at Real Incorporated. I've been before you previously to share the amazing news of our facility, and with each passing day, if you get a chance to drive by 1554, you'll see a magic in the making. It's a blessing every day as dirt is starting to get moved, the retention pond is starting to get done, and the most critical thing is now the water line extension. So thank you, Judge, for your leadership and assistance in moving this discussion forward. And what I have for you is just a brief recap of where we are with options for this court to consider. If we can go to the next slide. Just to ground us in what we're really looking for. If you look at the line that's in teal color, it is an extension from the end, the southeast corner of our current facility, further west onto access Highway 281 and 1554. That's the water line extension that we're talking about. Know that eventually it will connect to an existing project that I'm sure you're more familiar with than I am. And the eventual extension was from McMaster's further west. Currently, it is a 2-inch line being modified, upgraded to an 8-inch line. So what we're speaking of is just that eventual connection. For the ability for us to proceed with the permitting process as well as the full construction, that we are in need of minimum 8-inch line. What we did to support the discussion is gather several options for your consideration. If you look at the far left, we start with our current contractor, and we priced out somewhere with additional detail on others. We just had set numbers that I'd like for you to review. If we went with option 1, an 8-inch line was priced at $340,000, and with the same contractor, a 12-inch line is priced at $440,111. We went with the current contractor doing work in that location, and we were only able to price an 8-inch line that came in at about $168,600,000. In discussions with the city doing the work and materials, we priced both options for your consideration, an 8-inch line at $140,670 and a 12-inch line at $182,074. I think the critical point to keep in mind is investment now towards a view towards the future. We know that there's already some waves happening in the area, discussions of land and prices and options coming up. I think it is a question of not of if there will be other development, but rather when there will be other development. So I think your leadership and your assistance is greatly needed as we look towards the future. And so, again, our particular needs are a minimum of 8-inch, and since it will be looped eventually, it will provide the pressure needed. But a view towards the future, as I said, a 12-inch could certainly look towards other future developers coming in and saying, we're ready to build, or the opposite, it being an 8-inch, and eventually someone coming in and say, I'm bringing in 15 million, I need a 12-inch line. County, I need you to contribute towards that goal. And at that point, what now appears to be a 40,000 in the future may be possibly twice as much, or 200,000 or more. Those are just speculations, but we certainly know that, as I shared with you previously, for every dollar invested in transit, there's a $6 return. And we do expect this to be along those lines. So I certainly bring it before the court and ask for your assistance and support and moving us to the next level. I'd be happy to entertain any questions you may have.
Thank you, Mr. Ornelas. We're finally here for a decision, and it's been a long process, but I think with the information that we got and the amount of time it took, it's worth it. And and you're absolutely right. The 8-inch will suffice, but we're putting in already 12-inch from McMaster's all the way down to your facility, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. And
No, I'm sorry. The one running from McMaster's westward is a 8-inch line.
It's an 8-inch
It's
line.
upgraded from a 2 to an 8.
Okay.
And I think the intent at that time was for the residential needs at that time.
Residential needs, not commercial needs.
That is correct.
Okay. So the idea, commissioners, is or for the future, I mean, we could put the 8-inch line, but in future developments and future economic ventures down the bypass, the 12-inch line is the right thing to do. I don't know if anybody has any questions of Mr. Ornelas or any questions of me. I'm more than welcome to answer or field any questions. The memorandum of understanding with the city is willing to do all the labor, and we purchase the materials and we pay them for the labor. I think Mr. Guerra and I have been discussing I don't know what it is. Have been discussing some parameters for the MOU. I think that we don't have a problem. As a matter of fact, we invite the city and we want to work with the city on this one. I think that any type of agreement would include any invoices for this project coming directly from the city to us. And will, as the invoices come in for labor, for materials, or for whatever other kind of cost, we would pay them directly off the.
I'm not doing anything.
Directly off the invoices that are submitted.
We can hear pretty good.
Yeah, but the recording, it
I
won't.
think in conversations with the city, they've informed us that their estimate of days it would take is 12 days. However, they put up to 15 days, and it would be reimbursable as needed. But their current estimate is up to 12 days with a few extra days pending things that are outside of their control. The other thing that is worth noting is that the city has also said that they are able to move certain priorities around to give this project as highest priority, which would certainly, we continue to be extremely grateful, as that would allow our permitting process to continue, thus allowing us to move into heavier construction sooner than later. And so I think it's the alignment that is occurring, and certainly with the leadership and the financial support of this county and this partnership, it would make us getting one step closer to that realization.
Yeah, and the parameters will include the invoices coming straight to us, and the invoice balance on the sheet dated 2/27/2025. This is for a 12-inch line, $182,074. That would be the max. So if this is what we choose, that would be the max on the MOU. If anybody have anything else they can add to the contract?
The cost on this, the 182,
PA system.
that's based on acquiring materials ASAP, not waiting too long to acquire the materials, correct?
Yes, they said that they would be moving quickly
Yes.
on obtaining the materials, correct.
Do you
They didn't specify a timeline other
Okay.
than they anticipate that if they're able to get a green light and the agreement signed, that their estimate is by mid-March, was a week ago, so possibly second, third week of March, potential completion timeframe.
And we'd be willing to pay for the materials as soon as we get them. It don't make no difference to us. The bottom line is that the $182,074 would be the max. We'll work together hand in hand with the city. That wouldn't be a problem. Good question, Commissioner.
I think it's an excellent investment based on the size of your facility and how many people it employs. It's going to have a lot of room for growth in that area. And I can't wait to see any more development that comes to that area.
That being said, can I entertain a motion?
Motion for the 12-inch line, Judge.
Second.
I have a motion and a second with a 12-inch line. Can we add the stipulations of the invoices be sent directly to us and the max be the $182,074?
Yes.
He's gonna amend his.
Motion to include that.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you so much.
So, Rena, thank you, sir.
So very much. Greatly appreciate that. The county's leadership continues moving us forward, so we're very grateful. I want to take the opportunity. I know staff from my office have already reached out, hopefully to all of you directly with an open invitation to our groundbreaking ceremony, which is scheduled for March 12th at 3 p.m. If not, we will certainly be following up right away, but we hope to see you there, as well as other guests that you may bring with you. It's, we're looking forward to that moment, and again, we're very grateful on behalf of that.
Highly anticipated, and we'll be there. Thank you.
All righty, thank you.
Agenda item number 5, thank you all very much. Y'all have a great day.
Thank you.
Agenda item number 5, discuss, consider, and take action to renew the lease between Jim Wells County and George O. Dominguez Jr., 3682 County Road 440, Alice, Texas, 78332 for brush burning.
Yeah, this is a place that we use for either pull out caliche or burn a pit for our brush. So we're just renewing at the same price, $300 a month. It's, we've had it for about 5 or 6 years.
Motion to approve.
mine. Sorry about that. I had my phone close to
Can we
the
get
mic.
with the program over there?
Okay. I have a motion
Rookie.
and I have a second to
Rookie.
approve agenda item as stated. You got the second motion?
I seconded it.
I did.
Or I made the
Renee
motion,
seconded.
either way.
I have a motion, I have a motion by Mr. Garcia and a second by, Commissioner, Kirchhoff. Any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item, I didn't bring the packets.
If you go like this, because they think it's goofy.
Agenda item number 6, discuss, consider, and take action to award bid to Med Injury Clinic for the inmate medical.
We can go ahead and,
Any,
It was based on a $2,500 a month
yes.
plus visits and, that's what I remember about what you were discussing.
you want to wait for the package deal, Judge? Or
We
you
don't,
want to make a motion? I'll make a
those
motion to
are,
accept,
those are the numbers that I recall.
I'll make a motion to accept the recommendation from the
Does
committee.
this have a clause like we can, they can,
Withdraw.
yeah, like, we can end at least the agreement anytime or with a.
How long does it last?
30-day notice? Did you say that any of that?
What we can do is, Mr. Guerra is Mr. Guerra there? We can make a motion and add a clause, whether it's, usually for situations like this, we'll do a 2-year with an addition, with the additional 1 year with the approval of Commissioners Court. Mr. Guerra? Did you unmute him?
Can you hear me now? Okay, yeah, sorry about that. It wasn't allowing me to unmute myself. So the RFP called for how many years on the primary term? Was it 2?
Let me see here.
It might have just been 12-month periods at a time. But whatever it called for, we can just get with the company and see if they'll agree to continuing 12-month options. So that once it gets near the end, if we like them and they like working with us, we can give each other notice prior to the expiration of the primary term, usually 90 days or 60 days before the expiration of the initial contract. If neither party objects, then it can extend for another 12 months.
It doesn't, we got executive summaries and it doesn't have the timeline listed. So
We can do it for a year, no?
we can do it for
Yeah.
a year.
And then
I think, I'm sure it was for at least 12 months. It might have been for longer, but I'll have to get with Chief Waldrop on that because he's the one that helped us put that RFP together. And then if there's no objection, we can reach out to them and see if they want to put in some option language, like I said, that would give us the ability to.
30-day termination of a contract, you got that on there?
There was something in there. I think it was 30. But what I'm talking about is an option period to extend the contract.
I made the motion.
We need to have an option also to terminate it.
Med injury.
Yeah, yes, oh, absolutely, yeah. Option to terminate and then also an option to extend if we want. Unless you all want to do RFPs every year, but if we have a good working relationship, as long as we don't abuse it and go, for a real long period of time, we can have that flexibility to extend it without having to do this every year.
Okay.
I know that with Dr. Lopez, we hadn't gone out for an RFP probably in more than 10 years.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to accept med injury with a one-year contract and to be brought over to the Commissioners Court after a year
Okay.
Possibility of another year.
for renewal.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you all so much. Appreciate it. Anybody would like to address the court at this time before we adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. You want to pick this up?